Good evening, YouTube. My name is Jose Clark, and of course I am the Panman XA. So yeah, shortly after I made that last video, a ton of new cards got confirmed, like Borreload Synchro, Tech Genesis Link Monster that summons 3 monsters at once, and new support for the Shiranui, my favourite archetype in this entire game, honestly. That and the archetype is beautiful, so I'm hyped as heck, but does that mean they're any good? Well, let's find out, shall we? So yeah, we've got 6 monsters, 4 monsters, those 2 are spells and traps, but yeah, I'll explain to the first one. We've got Shiranui Sensei and Shiranui Spear Ritualist. So yeah, Spiritu Sensei is a level 2 fire zombie non-tuner with 600 attack and a 0 defense. He has 2 effects, each of which can only be used once a turn. The first effect is, if he's in your graveyard and you have at least 2 Shiranuis with different names out, you can special summon him, but banish him if he leaves the field. If he is banished, you may target a zombie you control, and it gains 600 attack until the end of a turn. So yeah, this can basically turn a lot of your level 6 synchro plays into 8 and 8 into 10, and it can even help you summon Link monsters too, because it doesn't, nothing saying you can't, so you should. So yeah, in addition, his effect instantly banishes himself, and his banishing effect isn't actually very strong at all, but the first effect is largely to point of him, and it's pretty okay and interesting. I quite like him, actually. Shiranui Spear Ritualist. So yeah, she's a level 4 fire zombie effect monster with 1500 attack and 0 defense. She has 2 effects, each of which have 1 hard loss a turn. First effect is, when normal summoned, you may special summon Shiranui Spectral Sword from your hand or deck, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except zombies. Pretty okay. I mean, you can use it to summon Vampire Sucker or Vendread, or even those Shiranui Synchros, or level 6 Shiranui Synchro, whatever. Although you're blocked off from summoning things like Boyload or Cyphering Lord Omega, which is actually a really huge deal, as I discovered when trying to use Vendread Anima. Her second effect activates if banished. You can draw a card, then discard one card. Also pretty nice, actually. I like that too. Yeah. These cards look okay. So yeah. Shiranui Spirit Saga, Fire Zombie Level 7 Synchro Effect. She's level 7 with 21 attack and 0 defense. She's completely generic, requiring 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners, unlike the previous Shiranui Synchros that could only be summoned with all zombie materials. So yeah. Effect number 1. She has only 1 effect, and it's locked at hard on turn. Once turn, banish a monster from your graveyard or that is face up on your side field, and apply 1 or more of these effects in sequence depending on what kind of card it was. If it was zombie, all monsters you control gain 300 attack. If it was fire, it destroys a spell trap on the field. And if it was a synchro, you can destroy a monster on the field. So yeah. Being able to banish a fire Shiranui to blow up a spell trap on the field is nifty. And if that monster's synchro, it destroys monsters as well, which can also be pretty nice. It's especially nice since, what's that thing called again? Ash Blossom is fire. So you may just want to try and use that. Yeah. And the fact that you can banish face-up monsters on your field means that you can banish her to get the power of all of her effects, destroying your opponent's cards and boosting your monsters, which looks interesting. Although it's level 7, all the Shiranuis have even levels and are designed for 6, 8, and 10, block because those are taken, you just have to go with 7, obviously, it's not that hard to summon her, you could just play Unizombie without boosting levels, or even experiment with that new card in the zombie structure deck, Tatsunecro, the Seahorse, that allows you to sync summon materials in your hand and summon her. But all in all, she's got a pretty nifty effect, so yeah. Shiranui Splendid Saga, a new Link monster. Link 3 this time, unlike the Link 2 at Vendread Savior and Vampire Sucker. She is a link 3 fire link effect monster. Attack 2300, and her link markers point up, to the left, and down. So, and her materials required are 2+ zombies. Really nice. And she has 3 effects, a third of which can only be used once a turn. Effect number 1 is that your synchros cannot be tropical effects. Effect number 2 protects any fire attribute monsters you control from being destroyed by battle. This includes her, meaning that your opponent is forced to out her with an effect that, if they have one, which can potentially be troublesome if you keep reviving it with Mizuki, which you can. And her third effect, where the advantage comes from, is once a turn during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you may target one of your banished zombie synchro monsters and special summon it to a zone she's pointing to. So yeah, what I think the loop you're trying to go for is like, get these 2 monsters set up, then use the effect of the synchro monster to banish itself to blow up your opponent's cards, and then use the effect of Splendid Saga to bring it back to your field, and then protect it long enough to go for your turn so you can keep doing this. I think it's a pretty okay plan. I could also see this thing being worked with in my Akashi, since you can also use the link to my Akashi monster as material, but not during the same turn you used the effects of that tuner, but you could just use it to bring back banished synchro monsters. I think he could probably get away with using this and my Akashi and it work too. Speaking of my Akashi, I actually think this is adorable. Crossovers! So yeah. Now for the spell on traps. Shiranui Story Saga, quick play spell, only 1 per turn, and if your opponent controls a monster, you may discard a zombie, do special summon as Shiranui with a different name from discarded monster from your deck or graveyard, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except zombies. So yeah. This is pretty nice. This is basically a Shiranui's theme-stamped version of Vendread Charge. And Vendread Charge is actually a really nice card. Surprisingly enough, even better than the field spell, which you'd think it wasn't based on what I knew, but the proof is in practice. But yeah, obviously it's got a few differences, mostly restrictions. Your opponent needing to control monster means you can't do anything on turn 1, and being blocked from summoning anything except zombies is sensible here, because you could just discard level 4 zombie and just summon Psyframe Lord Omega and just do silliness. Although, unlike Vendread Charge, the ability to summon from the hand or deck is instead summoned from the deck or graveyard, so you can just revive something. In addition, a lot of the Shiranuis, like Shiranui Smith or the Samurai, or any of the monsters that are held back by the fact that you need to normal summon, get that much better, which is what I like about the supports. Probably my favourite thing about Solitaire, actually. It made everything just so much better. So yeah, it's a card I think it's actually really quite good. The opponent needing to control a monster, it may cause issues, though. Kind of like in the same way that Book of Life causes issues for banishing thing. But yeah. The trap card now. Shiranui Style Skill. It has 2 effects, and you can only use 1 of them per turn, and only once that turn. Effect number 1 is that when you activate it, you special summon a zombie from your hand, but that monster is banished if it leaves the field. If that effect sounds incredibly weak, hold on to your hats for effect number 2. You can also banish it from your graveyard to target a zombie you control, and it becomes unaffected by other card effects for the rest of that turn. So yeah, you've basically got a Forbidden Lance in your graveyard that can protect from monster effects too, and just like, if you set this thing up in your graveyard, it could be super versatile, even though its on-field effect is super weak. In addition, you could potentially recycle this again with the newly limited Psyframe Lord Omega, and do some interesting things, like it could protect your loop of these 2 from getting interfered with, and the fact that it's banished if these field can be beneficial because that they all have effects that activate when banished, and it's a lot easier that way. So yeah, all in all, I'm actually really like these cards. So yeah, But that's pretty much it for this video. So yeah, if you've been affected by any views of videos, please say so in the comment section down below. As always, my name is AJ Scott, be proud of my say, and I shall see you the next time. Peace out.